Ferrari has become a symbol is richness, aristocracy, and style. You can't own a Ferrari unless you are rich. In third world countries, you can't see people buying Ferraris that much because Ferraris are unaffordable there. But the irony is Ferrari has created a poor Italian boy, Enzo Ferrari. Who knew then it would become the ultimatum of the poshness? But how did a poor boy build such an automobile empire? What is his story? Don't worry, in this video we are going to share this man's journey with you. We hope you'll find it quite inspiring. So let's start. Avio Costruzioni, an Alfa Romeo racing division, became Ferrari S.p.A. in 1939. The business manufactured its first automobile in 1940 and its first vehicle with the Ferrari brand in 1947. Ferrari was named the most powerful brand in the world in 2014 by Brand Finance. By market capitalization, Ferrari is the 10th largest automaker as of 2021. Italian race car driver and businessman Enzo Maria Ferrari was the brainchild behind the Scuderia Ferrari Grand Prix team, and later the Ferrari automaker. His nicknames were Il Commendatore and Il Drache. In his later years, he was frequently referred to as Il Gran Vecchio, the Great Old Man, or L'Ingegniere, the Engineer. In reality, Enzo Ferrari's birth certificate states that he was born on February 20, while the birth was registered on February 24 and the midwife reported it. Enzo Ferrari was said to have been born in Modena, Italy on February 18, 1898, and his birth was recorded on February 20 because a severe snowstorm prevented his father from reporting the birth at the local registry office. After his older brother Alfredo Jr., he was the second child born to Alfredo Ferrari and Adalgisa Bisbini. Alfredo Sr., a Carpi-born grocery store owner's son, established a workshop at his home where he made metal parts. Enzo received little formal education as a child. He was 10 years old when he saw Felice Nazzaro win the Circuito di Bologna in 1908, and that experience motivated him to pursue a career in racing. He participated in the Italian Army's 3rd Mountain Artillery Regiment during World War I. In 1916, a widespread outbreak of the Italian flu claimed the lives of his father, Alfredo, and his older brother, Alfredo Jr. Ferrari was forced to leave the Italian military after becoming very ill during the 1918 flu pandemic. After the family's carpentry business failed, Ferrari began looking for employment in the automotive sector. In the end, he settled for a position as a test driver for C.M.N, Costruzioni Meccaniche Nazionali, a car maker in Milan that converted discarded truck bodies into small passenger cars after he unsuccessfully offered his skills to Fiat in Turin. He eventually received a promotion to the race car driver and made his debut in the 1919 Parma Poggio di Bersetto hill climb race, where he drove a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder C.M.N 1520 to finish 4th in the 3-liter class. He competed in the Targa Florio in November 23rd of that same year, but he was forced to withdraw after his car's fuel tank began to leak. He came in 9th because of the high number of retirements. As a driver, Ferrari joined Alfa Romeo's racing team in 1920. Ferrari won his maiden Grand Prix at the Savio circuit in Ravenna in 1923. His best season was in 1924, when he won 3 races, including the Coppa Acerbo in Pescara, Ravenna, and Polesine. Ugo Sivocci and Antonio Ascari's deaths in 1923 and 1925 respectively left Ferrari deeply devastated, and he admittedly only raced sporadically after that. At the same time, he started to enjoy the Grand Prix racing's organizational aspects. After the birth of his son Alfredo Dino in 1932, Ferrari decided to stop racing and devote his time to managing and improving the factory Alfa race cars. He eventually assembled a race team of world-class drivers that included Giuseppe Campari and Tazio Nuvolari. This squad served as Alfa Romeo's racing branch and was known as Scuderia Ferrari, established by Enzo in 1929. The Alfa Romeo P3 and the team's outstanding drivers, like Nuvolari, helped the team achieve great success. Ferrari ended their career as a competitive driver after taking part in 41 Grand Prix and winning 11 of them. During this time, the prancing horse logo started to appear on his team's vehicles. Francesco Baracca, an Italian fighter pilot, had designed and worn the emblem. Baracca's mother gave Ferrari a necklace with the prancing horse on it before takeoff during World War I. In 1918, an Austrian plane shot down and killed Baracca. Ferrari utilized the image of the prancing horse to design the logo that would become the well-known Ferrari shield in honor of his passing. The shield was first spotted on a Ferrari in 1947 after initially appearing on Alfa Romeo vehicles. Alfa Romeo agreed to support Ferrari's racing team until 1933, when financial constraints forced them to stop, a decision that was later reversed with Pirelli's help. Despite having excellent drivers, the Scuderia team found it difficult to compete with Mercedes and Auto Union. Although the German manufacturers dominated the era, Tazio Nuvolari's team won the German Grand Prix in 1935 by defeating Rudolf Caracciola and Bernd Rosemeyer on their home track. After the dissolution of Scuderia Ferrari in 1937, Ferrari rejoined Alfa's racing squad known as Alfa Corse. Retaining Ferrari as sporting director, Alfa Romeo decided to retake complete control over its racing division. Ferrari quit Alfa in 1939 and started Avio Costruzioni, a business that provides parts to other racing teams, following a disagreement with Alfa's managing director Ugo Gobato. Ferrari managed to produce 2 cars for the 1940 Mille Miglia, which were piloted by Alberto Ascari and Lotario Rangoni, despite a contract provision prohibiting him from racing or designing automobiles for 4 years. Ferrari's factory was forced to start producing weapons for Mussolini's fascist government when World War II broke out. After the factory was bombed by the Allies, Ferrari moved from Modena to Maranello. Ferrari established Ferrari S.p.A. in 1947 after deciding to begin producing automobiles under his name after the war. Enzo Ferrari, Mike Hawthorne, and Alberto Ascari in the pit area of the Monza circuit in 1953. Enzo decided to compete against the dominant Alfa Romeos with his squad. The team made its open-wheel debut in Turin in 1948, and its first victory came in Lago di Garda later that same year. The first significant victory was achieved in a Ferrari 166 mm driven by Luigi Chinetti and Baron Selsdon of Scotland, Peter Mitchell-Thompson, at the 1949 24 Hours of Le Mans. Ferrari is the only team to have participated consistently in the Drivers' World Championship from its inception in 1950. With José Frolián González, Ferrari won his first Grand Prix for the World Championship at Silverstone in 1951. Apocryphally, when his team finally overcame the powerful Alfetta 159, Enzo sobbed like a baby. Alberto Ascari won the first championship in 1952, and it was followed by another victory the following year. Ferrari entered the Indianapolis 500 once only in 1953. The company began selling sports cars to support his racing endeavors in Formula One, as well as in other competitions like the Mille Miglia and Le Mans. The 1950s and 1960s saw some of Ferrari's finest triumphs in Formula One. Le Mans saw 9 victories for Ferrari, including 6 straight from 1960 to 1965. A 4-liter Ferrari blew a tire and crashed into a roadside crowd during the 1957 Mille Miglia. Alfonso Di Portago and 9 spectators, including 5 children, were killed. When Automobili Turismo eSport was founded as a rival to Ferrari, Romolo Tovoni, Girolamo Gardini, Carlo Citti, Giotto Bizzarini, and others departed. Forghieri's powerful 250p was built on the foundation of the mid-engined Dino racers. At the age of 90, Ferrari passed away in Maranello on August 14, 1988. A little time before his passing, he saw the Ferrari F40 take off. Drivers were frequently pitted against one another in Ferrari's management approach to boost performance. Some detractors contend that Ferrari purposefully upped the psychological pressure on his drivers, fostering intra-team rivalries and a climate of fierce competition for the top spot. But according to Mario Andretti, he was a person who also recognized when cars had flaws. 8 Ferrari race car drivers lost their lives while operating them between 1955 and 1971. Ignazio Giunti, Peter Collins, Luigi Musso, Alfonso Di Portago, Wolfgang von Trips, Lorenzo Bandini, and Alberto Ascari. Ferrari was compared to the god Saturn, who consumed his sons, in the Vatican newspaper L'Osservatore Romano, although such a high death toll was not unusual in motor racing at the time. That's it for the day, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you have ever owned a Ferrari, let us know about the experience in the comments below. Also subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more amazing business biographies. And we'll see you at the next one.